You guys are sitting around in the embassy. Both of you are dressed as gunfighters and complete with like little pocket watches and the fucking derbies and stuff. Uh, the hard to read letter with the map and the compass is still sitting on the table as I'm hoping to lure other PCs into it at some point.
Mm, okay.
Specifically, Jay and Ralph and Vince. I think that'll be a fucking wonderful time for them to go see if they fucking release the demon as well or not. So, you guys are sitting around there, sipping on whatever drinks you're into. What does Doc Fulton normally drink when he's just sitting around?
Probably coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee would be morning. Arnold Palmer would be like any other time of day.
Right. I've drank Arnold Palmer's. They're good. How about Freddie?
Tea.
You guys are sitting there looking at a third empty chair accusingly. J'accuse!
Alright, Doc, since it's just the two of us, might be a good opportunity to finally get the whole money situation out of the way so we don't need to deal with it for a while, at least in GUI. And then I was thinking after we're done with that, we should probably go and check what message was left for you, if you want to do that, or if you want to go to the gnomes and do that instead.
Well, what did you have in mind for the money?
Just the basic thing we discussed last time, where we go to Sherma, get some foods, and give out some free samples so we know what people are interested in, and then get a bunch of steaks, pizza rolls, frozen dinners, vegetables, stuff like that, and just sell those on.
Well, also we need to know how they prepare food in Guri. Like, do microwaves still exist there? Or do they just go up to the straw and go and then wander off with their little pouch of gray or whatever, and then throw it out the street when they're done?
We know they have. We know they have some sort of cooking equipment, since they obviously cook the chickens. Otherwise, they'll die if they eat them raw. But whether or not they have microwaves or anything.
You're not sure on that either. You've actually never seen that.
If they ate them raw, they'd be dead.
I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying you've never seen that.
If they died, no one will ever buy them anymore.
Well, think about this, though, is that I'm sure that they have, like they have Radaway. Like, you can, like, the average person can buy all this anti-radiation shit. So I'm sure that there's, like, an anti-salmonella or some shit, probably. I could see that.
Okay, fair point. Yeah, the only way to find out is just to go and look, because the main stuff we've been eating is the goop, which just comes out of the tube. So we might need to bring in, like, microwaves or whatever for them to prepare food. But if we do that and get out the way, then we're done.
Right, see, that's like a whole nother step.
Yes.
And so now what? Now we're pushing microwaves and we're pushing our food. So, like, if we just push food, like, they already, like, so we've already been, like, we've been there multiple times, though. Do they have street vendors, like, cooking rat in the street?
No. They have vending machines that sell the little multicolored things that come in single bags that are, like, the smallest, like, daily supplement of food that you could possibly buy for, like, 10 creds or something like that, plus tax. It's like, essentially, it's like, the jacks kids play with, little kids play with? It's like, they're kind of like a large jack, or maybe even the size of the ball, the standard ball, and that's what they sell. So nobody goes around, like, cooking rat and shit like that. They just go to a vending machine, use their cred card on it, and get one or more packs of pretty much flavorless. Like eat this and you won't die for another day. And then if you want flavor, from like your ship's machine is the very basic model, and it's kind of like has a consistency of soft serve ice cream. And you could say, I want this to taste like bacon. And then you suck up your goop. And aren't you fucking happy?
So we've been in the bar/restaurants in that area. What kind of food do they serve there?
They have more flavors of goop than your spaceship does. They have advanced flavors and stuff.
So they have no actual served food that we've observed.
They serve goop.
Well, besides loot.
You haven't seen any.
We also haven't really explored the zone much, so...
Not hardly at all. You pretty much went there and said, they have shit for us to buy. Let's buy it and get the fuck out. Fuck your customs. Fuck your encounters.
Yeah. It might be in one of the more upper class areas where they serve those sorts of things for the rich people.
That's I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, and here's the other problem now. We don't know much about you. I think you're like you could serve fries at McDonald's at this point.
Yeah.
Cut to shows a McDonald's on fire behind him, and he's like, ah.
I don't even know that much about. All I know is I know what I like to eat, and I don't know how to make it happen.
Same.
It's like I don't think any of us are chefy at all.
Kinley is, surprisingly.
Oh.
Yeah. Only if he's not drunk.
Can you picture him sitting around being chefy with anybody? Unless he's cooking them and for a consume other spell. But I mean, besides that.
No.
Well,
I mean.
I was just trying
unless he's making something like alcohol infused that he's going to eat and go giggle and while he eats. I mean, but again, that's a different story altogether.
Yeah, but he doesn't get drunk anymore, so. Yeah. He's undead. You don't know this, do you? He's a zombie now, essentially.
Oh.
One of Freddy's guards was a zombie.
Was?
I heard that he came back and he wasn't a zombie, but I also heard that something, he put a sword in the storage that apparently anybody can draw if they want. Not us, but anybody else. Also, you guys notice that all the guards, Freddy's got 4 fucking guards, their job is to watch him. They look younger than Freddy's normal guards. And also, the embassy is surprisingly quiet.
Yeah, they're still doing the...
Yeah, apparently it takes more than one game session to fucking pull that off.
Yeah, that's expected. Okay. Well,
free sword if you want it.
No, nobody touch that sword, please.
That's what Owen told us, but he didn't say please, and he also said the word fucking in there.
Don't touch that sword?
Close.
Don't touch that fucking sword.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in a bag hanging from a hook, I think, he said. Yeah. Because he didn't want to touch it.
The easiest thing, Doc, would be to just get some takeaway food and sell that. Just for some capital, and then...
No, I still think chickens is, the quickest easy.
True, yeah.
Are you guys going to steal all of our fucking chickens? One of the young guys says.
We're not going to steal them.
Who's going chicken hunting?
But yeah, chickens are fine until the market is so saturated with them that it's no longer viable.
Oh, I know that. I get that too.
So, do we have a backup after we flood the market with chickens?
Goat?
Would the goat fit through cleanse, Logan?
Probably, maybe, barely, perhaps. I mean, the problem is that goats are not really known for being docile and shit. Yeah, I mean, you might be able to get a really young, kind of cute goat and stick it in your lap and maybe not have it fucking try to bite you, shit on you, pee on you, something like that. Or maybe it will. But, the chickens are definitely easiest. You're not sure what would take the bottom out the market, but I'm sure that today, if you guys really want to, you can fucking make a concerted effort.
So what about like pheasants and duck and turkey? Those are all easily transported. Well, in comparison to a goat, at least.
Well, a turkey would be good because it would be bigger, but and a different kind of meat. Mm-hmm. So that could work. But like duck is expensive, and the rest of those are more expensive as well.
Harder to get too. Yeah.
Well, no, you can get frozen pheasants from.
Oh, you're talking frozen. I thought he was talking about live.
Either way, either one. What about
I think the frozen ones are much easier to get.
I can't deny that. They run less quickly.
What about really simple things like rice? Rice is super cheap, easy to get, and you don't need to even... You just boil it, and it's done.
Okay, but again, we come up with the whole cooking thing. Like, I think they're done cooking. So unless I think, like, like anything instant would be perfect, I think.
Yeah.
Like instant mashed potatoes. Boom.
Exactly.
Oatmeal. Boom.
Cereal. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they need milk, not water.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Actually, haven't you ever eaten cereal with water? I know you've eaten cereal with water
before. Fucking gross.
It really is.
Or even coffee then. But no, they need to make the coffee anyway. Yeah. Well, unless it's instant coffee.
But, see, coffee is a pretty well-known thing, like, so in a lot of places. So that might even be something like, do people drink coffee there? Or is it obtainable? We could always go and check.
Look, I'm acclimatized to the zone, so...
give me a current events guri roll.
I'm going to make that roll, too, because...
Are you acclimatized?
I like to scroll up.
I made it off.
God damn. They have liquid coffee flavored, infused with different levels of caffeine that you can pick out and different flavors and stuff. And it comes out hot and stuff.
So it's not real coffee,
it depends on how into your coffee you are. I mean, they can get the taste scientifically to where they want it.
And that's enough for most people. So if we brought coffee, even if we brought like instant coffee, it would be a very niche thing. It would not be like, everybody wouldn't be like, oh my God, coffee!
True.
Be sure to write in that skill.
We should like, make all kinds of money and then invent Starbucks and Shermer. And
roll barista skill. That would be fun. Steam everywhere! It's burning me! Freddy's lit it on fire! Run!
But yeah, I think you're right. We need to find out what the fuck people are doing with those chickens. Are they eating them raw? Are they cooking them? Are they fucking them? What are they doing with them? Because then at least we'll know to bring in frozen foods or live foods or ready-made meals.
What we need to do is we need to set up Mildred with her own stand, her own little chicken farm, and she can start chicken farming while she's not out murdering people.
That's such a weird fucking thing to say.
She's the only one that knows how to take care of animals.
Well, no, she knows how to take care of only very specific kinds of animals.
No, it's not. Oh, it's just horses now?
Horses, and also I let mules and donkeys slip into that. Basically, it's equine.
Oh, so we bring in horses and have her run a horse farm while she's,
I
not wandering around murdering people.
I'm just imagining Mildred trying to make one horse mount the other.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any good things from that, but,
Yeah.
She's gonna murder somebody at random at some point. We all fucking know it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, of course she is.
Okay.
Mildred.
Yeah.
But then again, in Guri, I think that's a bit more common.
Actually, Guri is the most law-abiding place you've ever been to, because
everybody has cameras.
Yeah, it's creepily law-abiding. It's fucking Big Brother is strapped onto your body and law-abiding.
Logan, what about wine? Do they drink wine?
You haven't been to any wine tasting parties there?
Do they have alcohol?
Oh yes, liquid alcohol infused, choose flavor. So basically, you get fully alcoholic coffee flavored drink.
Well,
it's the future.
There is something.
You can just go there and check it out if you wanted to, rather than relying on your rather spotty knowledge of running in and out numerous times.
Logan, you just want to roll us on the fucking random encounter chart.
It'll make me so happy.
Yeah, we're not... That's why we're not going there immediately.
Okay, you know me, big deal. So.
I mean, but we both have spent time there. Have we ever seen, is everybody, we've seen all kinds of aliens. Have we seen driders there?
No, not them yet. I mean, they could be there, but they could be hanging out in their fucking spaceships, too. There's a lot of spaceships, and there's various people that come and go in different places, but anything could, most of the spaceships, nobody gets to go on to unless they're very specialized. Like, there was a bar spaceship you guys went on where they had that. But most of the time, people park their spaceships in the colorful zone, as I call it, where all the colorful spaceships are, one ring outside of the corp zone. And then they'll set up elaborate fucking tents. Some of the tents can look like just giant pavilions. Some look like the cool Arabic Bedouin tents, just all kinds of different tents. Some tents are even attached to the outside of the spaceship, but those are mainly for just sleeping in. You're not sure why they would leave them attached to the spaceship, but it's not totally uncommon. There's probably a reason there. But as far as the shops and stuff, it's pretty much this is your lot, which is usually the lot that your Serenity is on is large enough to go, okay, we're going to have a fucking medium-sized tent or maybe two here and sell our wares. And you do it from your lot, and everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
Go for the random encounters. So, yeah, but as far as getting onto somebody's spaceship, which is their home, their castle, their escape pod, all that, that's normally not a thing. Lots of security and people keeping an eye on that shit. And plus electronic eyes and locks and all kinds of shit to keep people from going on it. And by the way, I'll give you each a card if you again change the password and don't tell fucking Scott, because he will lose his shit. Then do it as by the way. Well, yeah, but you told them. You did tell them, yes. But they didn't go check out what's up with their ship at all the last time they were playing, which struck me as hilarious because it's the normal PC thing. The PCs are slowly solving some of their problems. Like they've started using resources they gather in other zones to solve problems in different zones. Hooray. Great. Took 6 seasons, but they're into it now. Cool. But they're still doing the thing where they amass huge amounts of resources and then sit on them and don't use them or give them to NPCs or other people or whatever. They just toss them into the fucking storage thing and go, yeah, I'll do it. And then they fuck off. It's like, job done. More shit in storage.
I'm really surprised because they have 1 session left to pay for the ship.
Yeah. They I think it's going to get fucking repoed, and then they're going to say it's loaded.
I'm not going to pay for it because
I know
that's their ship. I'm just a co-signer on it.
Yeah,
I'm the tech.
And it's mighty, it's their ship.
Yeah.
You could buy. You keep in mind, you can rent your own fucking pad, and then you don't even have to have a spaceship on it. Or if you want to go really low cost, you outside of the colorful ring is the shitty prefab buildings made of local sources like rocks. It's kind of like what's it called, particle board, but rocks. And so they're always dusty.
They're not even that expensive. They're like 10 grand or something.
Yeah.
So a house, we're gonna buy a house.
Yeah,
if we really needed one.
Totally do that. You can make your own fucking Trump domicile. You could pay to have electricity going into it and living perpetually.
Really, Logan? Really
gonna, damn it!
You're gonna cut tease me like that?
But yeah, so there's a lot that can be done, but the players are just not into.
Well, I think then we might just need to go and risk the random encounter table if we want to find out how they prepare their foods and stuff, or we can just go straight to this go here basically, buy a bunch of chickens, sell them, and then fuck off.
Now, keep in mind, I mean, you've got an idea where some of the chickens were sold at, but you haven't tracked all of them. You could find some different people that have the chickens, but you couldn't.
Yeah, we just want to know what they're doing with them, really. Not.
Why don't we, if we're gonna go there, to make, why don't we buy a bunch of chickens anyway? Since we're gonna go.
No, I think you should go there with nothing, look around, and then make a new plan.
We'll buy a bunch of chickens. We'll go there, and then.
Okay.
Because then we'll have some money to work with. Because right now I'm broke over there. So.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good idea.
All right.
Okay, so let me just check on something here. Fortunately, the exchange rate for the chickens isn't bad. Let's see how much were chickens.
75 cents in this.
That's right. So you're going to need 2 dozen chickens, I believe, because each of you is going to carry 12, if memory, or...
Yep. A dozen each, yeah.
Let's see, so 24 times 0.75 equals... Who's got $19 in...
I pay it.
Yeah, in bills or in gold? Bills?
In bills.
Great. Make a note you got a quarter, aka 2 bits, because you get that for change. No, you don't. All right, so you get $1 for change. Yay! You pay to get chickens, and you guys go lugging them off, and then you head over to Guri. I'll give you a quick random encounter just for a little taste of the fun times.
Once we arrive there, I put my cameras on, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Oh, good. Do you have cameras too, Doc?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Random encounter is news reporter is covering a story in the street. It looks like some AI-controlled flying truck crashed into a restaurant and killed a well-known corp in the area. Police are calling it an accident, but it's one of those reporters who is got their back to the scene and has camera guy filming them. And the reporter is definitely hinting that perhaps there was some sort of hacking or tampering that went into this in order to kill the guy. And also, you guys notice one of those blue camoed guys with a large bag hurry by. So, you guys go off to sell your chickens.
Yes.
All right, let me see what the current rate on the chickens is.
And we're gonna try to see what they do with them after they buy them. Do they?
Well, usually they take them the fuck away, is what they do.
Okay.
I mean, you could go follow them if you wanted.
No, we're not gonna follow them.
They go somewhere else with the chickens after they don't just stand there and look at them and go, ha no.
I was gonna ask them actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't think we need to be that devious with our chicken trade.
Oh, you never know. They might think we're onto something.
Right. Okay, so let's see. Let me find out what the base value is.
It used to be $3.50 last time.
Oh, I know what it used to be. So, who's wanting to do the bargain roll?
I'll do it.
I'll help.
Go for help.
These are the finest chickens I've never seen. See, look at this. I start plucking a little bit off.
All right, Freddie, it's all up to you.
All right, here we go, bargain.
Yeah. Right, you end up, let's see, after tax, times 0.9 equals, Freddie's got the trader's license, so if you're wanting to give some to Doc, then tax gets taken out of that as well, because they don't fucking split it between you two.
Well, we both have trader's licenses, but yeah.
No, you can keep the money, that's fine.
Freddie...
You need a trader's license for next season.
I have one.
For next season.
Oh, next season? Well, we'll worry about that when it happens.
Okay. You pick up 6,480 creds. 6,480.
And I ask him, so what do you do with all these chickens anyway?
Well, he says, he looks a bit shifty, like he's really not one to tell you because then maybe you're going to fucking do it. And he says,
we don't have the infrastructure to do anything more than to bring you chickens. We don't.
Oh.
We don't have the time either to do anything.
Give me a fast talk roll.
Otherwise, we'd be already doing it. What's that?
Give me a fast talk roll, and it'll tell you because that's pretty good reasoning. He says people are buying them as pets.
Oh, okay.
Why? What else can you do with them? He says.
You can cook them and eat them.
He gapes at you as though you just suggested some horrifying shit to him. Eat the meat?
In some cultures, it's considered a delicacy.
Excuse me. He goes off to vomit outside.
I whisper to Doc, do you think we should talk about the eggs as well?
No, I think they are so far beyond food that our whole food enterprise idea is probably not going to work very well here.
Well, if they're like pets.
He comes back and he gives you a look like you're just like you said, you like kids, to him, and he takes his chickens and goes.
So curious then. Wait, so have I seen dogs at all here?
No.
Ooh. What about rabbits or hamsters or cats?
No, just chickens.
Goldfish.
They don't have them out on display, if that's what you mean.
So the only animals...
there are pets and stuff, but you're not sure if they're real or robots.
Okay.
They have really good robots. But give me business rolls to suddenly go,
I'm not good at that.
How the fuck does that work?
Says Doc. This would explain why the price of chickens falls so fucking quickly. Nobody's eating them, and there's only so many people who want a messy, noisy pet.
Yeah, but they'll die eventually, so...
Yes, and then they'll know not to buy a fucking nuther. Chickens are not good pets. Believe me, I've lived too close to too goddamn many chickens. I fucking hate them.
Well, if they want pets, we can get them better pets. Cats,
Kittens?
dogs, kittens, yeah.
I'll definitely decrease the chicken population if the cats figure it out.
Oh.
So that way we can recycle.
Yeah. No, for some reason, maybe it was in vogue for a short time to have a chicken. You don't know if you can you don't know if you can turn it into a new Beanie Baby operation or whatever, but it's a limited market for pets of any kind. You believe this is the case because you have to keep in mind these people all live on spaceships.
Which is why I was thinking cat.
Cat's not horrible, but they do shed like a motherfucker. And if you're trying to deal with air filtration, that sucks a cock.
But they're better than chickens.
I agree, but I think it was the novelty of the chicken is what first, because like it's alive. It's obviously alive, and if you poke it, it bleeds and squawks and flaps around and stuff.
All right, so Logan.
Yeah.
While we're in the market.
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned at some point that they like to buy and sell very nice-looking gems and jewels and stuff, not necessarily high quality. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah. Do you have any kind of gem or jewel skills?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
They sell pretty shit here that you don't understand anything about. You look at the totally unfamiliar market and prepare to lose your 6,480 creds. Neat, says Fulton, looking at the completely unfamiliar. Yes, Logan has actually thought about buying gold from Bangkok until I made the realization I know nothing about gold because it's a very popular thing to buy there, like the golden Buddhas people wear. But how do you know what the purity is? Do I fucking know? No. People regularly lose money on gems, jewelry, gold, and stuff unless they have a lot of very highly specialized knowledge. Plus, of course, business, markets, etc.
All I know is they don't care about the what kind of gem it is, like diamonds or whatever. They don't care.
Yeah, it's mainly a craftsmanship thing, or how cool it looks. I agree, but
how cool it looks.
A lot of other places do, but you're essentially it'd be like, let's gamble with some money here. And,
okay, no, it's not like that.
Although I will say that gold as far as what it sells for is not high here.
Any quote unquote vintage items like comic books or vinyls or CDs?
Yeah, of course. There's some of those items here and there, but they don't give me history rolls unless you have pop culture of a specific time period you'd like to roll on.
No.
See, again, it's another thing that you know nothing about. Is this a popular vintage comic in a different zone? If I go to an older fashioned zone, do they have any clue of that? Or is it only loosely related? Oh, give me shadow lore. Oh, Chris knows. Chris, it's like trying to sell a Grognar the Barbarian comic in real life, even if it's really old. Was it popular? No. Whereas selling like a Superman #1, a bit more popular. But because you're dealing with shadows and stuff, according to Freddie, the reason that comics and stuff like that are worth a lot is because people my age and older go, when I was a kid, I was unable to buy that, but now I'm fucking rich and successful, and I'm going to get that bullshit that I was unable to get or remember fondly from my childhood, and then the market goes, woo! So, but if you're dealing with stuff from a whole different shadow, which is only loosely connected to this shadow, it's not the same. In other words, like the Rock'em Sock'em robots, sure, they sell good here, but what if they're pink and teal? Are they going to sell as good? No, there'll be an obvious fake. People will be like, this is obviously bullshit. They never made pink and teal.
Right, okay.
So, again, it's another market that you're trying to get into you know absolutely nothing about.
All right, well, something I do know, something we both know about.
Ooh, random encounter.
What about vintage computers? Laptops.
Nobody here gives a shit about vintage computers, dude. They're dealing with shit that plugs into their brain and loving it.
Yeah, but they might be collecting.
Yeah, but again, it's from a different zone. It works in different ways. You're missing the whole reason people collect these things.
Yeah.
Let's see. Drones fly by, and one of the spaceships, as you guys are wandering around, is painted to look like a cottage, complete with windows and painted on flower boxes. See, not all the random encounters are horrible.
Okay.
Holy shit. Give me spot hidden rolls. That's an interesting thing over there.
I got it by half.
You guys both notice a guy wearing a sandwich board with a sign that says the end is nigh, and it has a digital clock on it, which is showing a countdown. The end time of the countdown corresponds with the end of this season.
You motherfucker.
You guys look at him. Doc laughs. Fucking Freddy decides to kill him. Yeah, that's great.
Alright,
Random
well, what
encounters.
happens if we, just to test, brought in, say, some pizza rolls, handed them out for free? See if people throw up or if they're like, oh, delicious.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
If you were to go downtown Chicago, for example, and start handing out food for free, and maybe it caused some people to get sick, throw up, or whatever, what do you think would happen?
They wouldn't like us very much after that.
Who else might not like you, Chris? Aside from the people.
The authorities, all the people that can see me on camera.
Do you want to slap Freddy upside the back of the head real quick?
No, I'm just going to give him that look.
Okay. You guys continue wandering around.
Do people snack on even... It's just the gray goo? Like no one has candy bars or anything like that?
They have different
portable luxury.
You can get different textures of the goo. You can get chocolate flavored crunchy textures like potato chips, like chocolate potato chips. Pretty much, it's whatever you want to program in. You don't know a lot about the gray goo though. If you want to go somewhere and study it,
what is the most luxurious food they have?
That would be gray goo served in a restaurant by somebody really pretty, possibly in low light to distract you away from what you're
there's
eating.
No actual food.
Yeah, how does I would like to see how, is there like a dealer that sells the gray goo machines?
We can just go to the ship and look. We have one.
Well, you have a very basic one in the ship, but...
Well, we don't need a fancy one.
Well, I would rather go to a dealer that can, tell me more about it. Because it's their job to tell me about it.
No problem. You guys eventually go find I'm calling it the gray goo, but the goo is not all gray. Just clear that up. I'm sure it is before they add anything to it, but yeah, he's happy to answer any questions about it. He sells much nicer gray goo machines than plus gray goo has alliteration.
Chris, are you there? No.
Freddy's got a reboot.
Chris died.
I still see Chris.
I don't see
I was
Chris.
just about to reconnect. I figured I just assume it's me all the time. Even with my fucking booster. At least it's better.
You have a booster?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a guy who goes around stealing cars for you?
No.
No. No sale. I got a booster, man. He's great.
I bought a signal booster.
How much more signal do you get out of it? Did you run speed tests on it?
No.
No, I still can't see it.
I see, Chris.
I'm just happy that it helps.
There we go. Oh, I see.
It takes a while to spin up the fucking hamster.
All right, yeah. Carry on, sorry.
Cool. No problem. Chris, give me a simple fast talk roll to string the guy along so that he talks to you for a while and answers all your... Yeah, of course he is. I didn't even ask Freddy because I know Freddy's fast talk is amazingly good as well. I forgot yours is that good. So you guys string this poor bastard along and shit. The goo gets loaded in and they have different textures of goo, so you can get pretty much whatever kind of texture. Or also, if you get the deluxe model, then it can help compress some of the textures into different textures. And then they can add whatever chemicals you want to it. The thing is with the goo is there goes Chris.
Yeah, it went for me as well.
Yeah, I'll make a note here. Fucking roll 20.
Yeah.
Just when I was getting my gray goo selling. Chris lives.
The thing with the goo.
The thing with the goo is that, unlike real food, it's like more or less healthy. It's made from the equivalent of like algae and recycled proteins and stuff like that. They're kind of vague on that. It comes from the Vortex Corporation, as does all goodness. But they have different kinds of stuff you can add to it. Like, for example, if you want caffeinated chocolate bars, it can taste just like uncaffeinated chocolate. If you want something that looks like noodles but tastes like barbecue steak, you can get that. I mean, there's all kinds of weird shit you can do. People have a lot of choices, but their choices are only limited by how expensive and cool of machine that they have and how many different basic things they want to load into it. The advantages of the gray goo is it keeps almost indefinitely under the right, like if you just leave it open in the street, it will fucking rot. But if you keep it in the casing and stuff, also the packets that you get are edible. So like you put it into that and then you eat the goo out of it and then you eat the packet. So there's no waste because in space you don't want to be fucking dealing with a lot of extra garbage and stuff. So the society has apparently come a long way for recycling. I mean, you can even get edible silverware and stuff like that, you know. Is it good for you? You can try to pump in some extra chemicals to make silverware good for you, but...
I have one question then. Mm-hmm. If they don't have actual food, where do they get the flavoring from? How do they know what it tastes like?
He looks at you like that's the craziest thing he's ever been asked. Things taste like what they taste like. He tries to explain to you.
So is the flavoring just a powder or?
No, it's a liquid that gets mixed into the stuff when it's being made. He shows you a lot of overly complicated, overly engineered stuff. And he shows you like on a tablet, and it's like, this is all and it's kind of like.
How do you know to make bacon, for example?
I'm not sure I follow the question.
Don't worry.
All right. So yeah, he's giving you his business cards because you guys managed to convince him that you're working for a different ship, and that at some point you're going to be needing to upgrade, and so you're looking around trying to get the best possible deals. And honestly, the food dispensers, they're not horribly expensive. Like the basic food dispenser is pretty cheap. It goes up if you're like wanting. I want any flavor, any consistency, any texture, any kind of shapes and stuff. Then you're looking at some serious money and stuff. That's the kind of thing restaurants get. So, but yeah.
So, once you do make your food, how long does it keep for? Like,
depends on where you are and stuff like. I mean, most people only dispense what they need. It gives out like one portion. Because for humans the portions are always about the same size. And by the way, everybody around looks super fucking healthy as far as body weight and fat index and stuff. This is the ultimate in diets. You want to fucking do the Krispy Kreme donut fucking diet? This is the fucking place where you're eating something that's healthy for you, but it tastes like you're eating Krispy Kreme donuts constantly. This is the fucking place for it. And
so it's like eating in Star Trek, except it's gray goo.
It starts as gray goo, but you can make it look like other things. It's just with the basic food dispenser thing, it always looks like gray goo. But you can get one like, I want donut shapes, or I want noodle shapes, or whatever. And then, different kind of dispensers like, oh, I want mine to be crunchy donuts, or I want mine to be crunchy noodles, or whatever. So, yeah, it's because honestly, for most people, just having the gray goo that has different tastes, like I think your ship can do like 20 different tastes. They'll get fucking dull as shit after a while. It's like I got 20 different foods that are all pudding, but different flavors, 20 different flavors. And so a lot of people like to upgrade their shit. As far as food goes and stuff, yeah, this is pretty. Now, it's super high tech, as far as the mixing and all that shit. It's not simple. It looks highly engineered. There's fucking nanites involved somehow, that all that kind of weird shit.
Yeah, but the final product.
Final product is just kind of like a cup of protein with flavoring and shit.
So it wouldn't be overly suspicious in the other zones, okay?
You're thinking that unless you have a super expensive machine, that nobody in other zones would really find this appealing looking. I mean, it'd be like,
if they're interested in losing weight,
maybe. It'd be like trying to convince somebody to eat a cup of bacon-flavored pudding. There would be some people who might do it, but
people are willing to go to great lengths to lose weight.
Not as much as you'd think. Pretty much eat less and work out more is a really good first step, and I haven't been willing to do that for decades.
This will satiate them and make them lose weight.
The reason it satiates them, give me dietitian roles or nutritional specialist roles.
Okay. Of course I know.
Of course you're a fucking dietitian. Yeah, pick up new skill, dietitian. The reason that it satiates them is everybody's stomach here is super fucking small because they always eat like the same amount. Every day they have the same amount of shit, and so if you eat if you're like me and you eat a lot of shit, your stomach's fucking huge, and you dump this in here, you're gonna be hungry either immediately or shortly thereafter because you're a fat cow. But for them, since they've been raised on this, they're always gonna eat this, and they always eat the same amount.
When we've eaten it, we've had to eat more.
No, you generally don't give a shit, or you'll go somewhere else. And actually, the players very rarely eat this stuff. And plus, the players are used to surviving on very little stuff because they don't really. If we all had this going on in real life, like if Logan had managed to plug everybody into a real thing, people would be fucking eating and loving it. But, if it's your character, you give a fuck how much they eat as long as they don't gain negatives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the double truth, Ruth.
Yeah, nobody really cares about the comfort of their characters. I sleep on the floor. You're uncomfortable. So, do I get a negative? No, but you're uncomfortable. Fuck it. I sleep in chainmail. You're having a rotten night's sleep. Do I get any negatives? No. Fuck it. See? If it's a fucking high-tech computer game and you got like very slight negatives and sleeping on the floor and your chainmail was fucking adding up over time and all that, and people would be like, I need a fucking bed or I'm going to kill myself.
Okay, so we're all done here with the vendor at least.
Yeah, you guys can go and walk around some more.
Now, is there like docks? Like, there's docks. So, like, it's not like.
So in the market, kinds of doctors.
I'm asking people, so I'm going to do research if they've seen anyone that looks like the Driders.
That's a rough question. Give me a research roll at quarter. If you make it by half, you get different kind of information. Quarter, you get other kinds of.
All right. Well, I'll do the same then.
You want to support him since you're sticking with him so you don't get lost in the crowd? Cool. Fucking Freddy is like giving you some bonus there, yeah?
No.
Cool. All right, yeah, nobody's seen any fucking Driders and shit. There isn't, just so you're aware, you have not seen any oceans on this. I mean, now, if you were to somehow get a flyer, and then you could go around, cruise around the rock and see what's here, but, you've never done that. You've gone from A to B, but you haven't just cruised around to see what's up.
Don't they have,
No.
tour buses or whatever?
No. The rock's just not big enough for a real tour bus, really.
Okay.
Plus, nobody seems to give a shit. The people here are pretty much, it looks as though they're on this rock to buy and sell shit. Some people are just living here and stuff. Other people are working for the corp. The question that's always on everybody's mind and that people are constantly thinking about or talking to each other about is, How long do we have here before the rock begins to fail? When will the Zir get mined out of it and it begins to fucking plunge toward the sun? And then the temperature begins to fucking increase and then we gotta take off. The whole thing is very temporary, which troubles you because will Clems fucking go into the sun with it? His shit's just a normal barber shop.
Yeah.
And the only way here that you have come up with that's
besides shadow walking.
Aside from shadow walking. So that right there, hearing those kind of conversations in the background with your amazing by the fucking quarter, is what you picked up instead of what Doc Fulton was looking for. So you're now becoming concerned, like, how long is this going to be around? Am I going to accumulate like 100,000 cred and then the fucking thing goes, we're going into the sun?